Everyone complains about $70 games, but let's be real for a second. Most of them ain't even worth it. I've bought so many overhyped games that reviewers gave 9 out of 10 and they turned out mid. So I decided to buy all the big open world games just to see which ones were actually worth the price. I'm still paying for them to this day. But hey, I found 18 games you need to play before you die. 1. Mad Max. Let me tell you something, Mad Max is one of those games that people completely overlooked, and I'll never understand why. The atmosphere is insane. You're out there in the middle of nowhere, driving through a desert that looks like the world truly ended decades ago. Every inch of the map feels hostile, like the sand itself wants to kill you. And yet, it's beautiful. There's something hypnotic about the dust storms, the burned-out cars, the echo of the wind across the dunes. The combat is raw. Punches sound like bones actually breaking. And car battles? Man, that's where this game shines. You'll be boosting into enemy vehicles, throwing harpoons, blowing stuff up, and it feels heavy, like you're really in that rusty death machine. What makes Mad Max special to me is how it captures loneliness, that sense of surviving in a dying world. You don't have a big destiny here, you're just trying to make it another day. And somehow, that's more human than most open-world stories out there. It's gritty, underrated, and honestly, one of the most immersive games I've ever played. Number 2. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. There's no open-world game that's ever grabbed me like The Witcher 3. From the very first time I stepped into White Orchard, I knew this wasn't just another RPG. The world breathes. Peasants talk about wars, monsters roam the woods, and the sky feels heavy with history. Geralt of Rivia isn't just a hero, he's a man trying to survive in a world that doesn't care about heroes. What makes this game a masterpiece is how personal it gets. You'll spend hours on a side quest that ends up hitting you harder than the main story of most games. And the characters, every single one feels alive. Triss, Yennefer, Ciri, they're not just side characters, they're people you genuinely care about. Then there's the combat, simple but satisfying, and the exploration, where every town, swamp, and ruin hides something memorable. Even the music stays with you, those haunting violins and Slavic chants, goosebumps every time. The Witcher 3 ruined other open-world games for me, because after this, everything else just feels smaller. 3. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is one of the biggest redemption stories in gaming history. When it first came out, I'll be honest, I hated it. It felt empty, repetitive, and nothing like what we were promised. But man, Hello Games didn't just fix it, they transformed it into something magical. Now it's an endless universe of discovery. You can hop into your ship, fly through the atmosphere, and land on a completely unique planet that no one has ever seen before. The colors, the creatures, the landscapes, it's breathtaking. And it's all seamless. One moment you're mining resources, the next you're jumping through a black hole to explore another galaxy. The feeling of true freedom this game gives you is unmatched. There's no pressure, no checklist, just pure exploration. Sometimes I'll spend hours just building a base on some random planet, listening to that chill soundtrack and forgetting that I even exist on Earth. No Man's Sky became therapy. It's a game about curiosity, peace, and second chances, both for the developers and for us as players who gave it another try. 4. Days Gone. People love to hate on Days Gone, but for me, it's one of the most human open-world games out there. Yeah, it's got zombies or freakers, but that's not what it's really about. It's about love, loss, and trying to hold on to hope when everything's gone. Deacon St. John is not your typical hero. He's broken, scarred, angry, but he's real. You feel his pain, his frustration, his guilt. Riding through Oregon on your bike feels incredible. The sound of the engine, the weather changing, the world slowly decaying around you. Then, out of nowhere, a horde of hundreds of freakers shows up, and suddenly you're fighting for your life. Those moments are pure adrenaline. But it's the quiet ones that stay with me. Sitting by a campfire, hearing Deacon talk to Boozer, or riding at sunset thinking about Sarah. The world is tough, but the game reminds you that even in chaos, there's still purpose. It's not perfect, but man, Days Gone has heart, and that's something you can't fake.
5. Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn hit me like a punch I didn't see coming. The first time I climbed a mountain and saw a robot T-Rex walking through a field of tall grass, I literally stopped and said, yeah, this is special. Aloy's journey is one of those rare stories that balances mystery, emotion, and pure adventure perfectly. The world is stunning, a mix of ancient ruins and futuristic machines that somehow feels completely believable. Every corner has something to discover: old world bunkers, forgotten technology, or herds of robotic beasts moving like living ecosystems. But it's Aloy herself that makes this game unforgettable. She's curious, brave, and deeply human, someone who doesn't belong anywhere, yet keeps fighting to understand where she came from. The combat is ridiculously fun too, switching between traps, arrows, and stealth just to take down a single enemy feels rewarding every time. And when that soundtrack swells as the sun sets over the ruins of humanity, man, it gives you chills. Horizon Zero Dawn isn't just a great game, it's a masterpiece of world building and soul.
6. Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't just a game, it's an experience that changes you. The first few hours, you're like, okay, cowboy game, cool. But then it hits you. The story, the characters, the details, it's all painfully real. Arthur Morgan might be one of the best written characters ever. You watch this outlaw wrestle with loyalty, regret, and his own sense of morality, while the world around him slowly moves on without him. The world itself is alive. You can sit by a lake, watch animals hunt each other, and the lighting makes it look like a living painting. Every shootout, every quiet ride through the plains at sunrise feels cinematic. What Rockstar did here is insane. You feel the weight of Arthur's choices, his voice, his pain, and when the music kicks in during the final moments, I'm not gonna lie, it broke me. This isn't just a story about cowboys, it's about redemption, legacy, and how even the toughest men can find grace before the end. A true 10 out of 10 game, no question. 7. Spider-Man. If you've ever dreamed of being Spider-Man, this game makes it real. The moment you swing through New York for the first time, that freedom, that momentum, the city alive beneath you, it's perfection. Marvel's Spider-Man nails the fantasy like nothing else. But what surprised me most wasn't just how fun it was to move, it was how much heart it had. Peter Parker here isn't just a hero, he's tired, broke, late for rent, and still trying to do the right thing. It's that balance between the mask and the man that makes it so good. The story hits hard too. Emotional moments, incredible twists, and that final fight, man, I still think about it. The combat feels fluid and satisfying, but it's the city itself that makes it magic. You'll swing past people taking selfies, hear random street conversations, and it just feels alive. It's pure joy, the kind of game that reminds you why you fell in love with gaming in the first place. 8. Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is poetry in motion. From the moment you step onto that windswept island, you can tell it's something special. The visuals are breathtaking. Golden forests, red leaves falling in slow motion, rain washing over your sword. But beneath the beauty lies a deep, emotional story about honor, sacrifice, and what it truly means to be a warrior. Jin Sakai's journey isn't about revenge, it's about identity. You watch him struggle between tradition and survival, torn between the code of the samurai and the desperate need to protect his people. And the game makes you feel that conflict with every silent kill, every duel under the moonlight. The combat is elegant, like dancing with death, and the world encourages you to explore without a single waypoint cluttering your screen. You follow the wind, the birds, the smoke. It's all natural. It's not just one of the best open world games ever made, it's a work of art that feels alive in every blade of grass. Ghost of Tsushima is peace, pain, and purpose rolled into one. 9. Elden Ring. Elden Ring is one of those rare games that makes you feel small in the best way possible. The first time you step out into Limgrave and see that massive golden tree shining in the distance, it hits you. This world is massive, mysterious, and completely unforgiving. But that's exactly what makes it so addicting. You're not told what to do, you discover everything yourself. Every hill, every ruin, every dark cave hides something that makes your jaw drop. And the way the world connects is genius. It feels handcrafted by someone who truly loves adventure. Sure, you'll die, a lot, but each defeat teaches you something new and every victory feels earned. And then there's the atmosphere, haunting, beautiful, and filled with stories told through the environment itself. It's not just an open world, it's a world alive with secrets, pain, and wonder. From Software created not just a game, but an epic that redefines what exploration feels like. It's hard, it's frustrating, but man, it's unforgettable. 10. Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 had one of the rockiest launches ever. No one can deny that. But in 2025, this game is finally what it was always meant to be, an absolute masterpiece of storytelling and world design. Night City is alive in a way few game worlds are. Every alley, every neon sign, every conversation feels like part of something bigger. It's a place that breathes. You play as V, a mercenary just trying to survive in a world where humanity and technology have completely blurred together. And the story? It's emotional, philosophical, and filled with choices that genuinely matter. Keanu Reeves as Johnny Silverhand is unforgettable. He steals every scene. But what really makes Cyberpunk 2077 special now is how much love went into fixing it. The updates turned it into one of the best open-world RPGs ever made. You can live different lives, make different choices, and carve your own path through the chaos of Night City. If you gave up on it before, it's time to come back. Trust me, it's worth it now. 11. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now this game doesn't treat you like a hero. It treats you like a human being. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 takes realism to another level. There's no magic, no dragons, just raw medieval life. You start as Henry, a blacksmith's son who's just trying to survive in a brutal world torn apart by war. And that's what makes it so good. It's grounded, believable, and brutally immersive. Every swing of your sword, every dialogue choice, every scar you earn feels meaningful. The combat isn't flashy, it's tactical, almost like a dance of survival. You have to think, plan, and live like someone who could actually die from one mistake. But it's not just about fighting, it's about living in this world. You'll eat, sleep, wash, talk to people, and feel like part of this medieval society. The attention to detail is mind-blowing. It's not a fantasy, it's a time machine that throws you straight into history and dares you to survive it. 12. Death Stranding. Death Stranding is one of the weirdest, most beautiful games I've ever played. And I mean that as a compliment. The first few hours, you're like, what even is this? You're a delivery guy walking across endless wastelands, carrying boxes, and trying not to fall over. But the longer you play, the more you realize it's not about delivering packages. It's about reconnection, about people, about rebuilding a broken world. Hideo Kojima turned walking, literally walking, into something emotional and meaningful. The landscapes are breathtaking, lonely, haunting, but strangely peaceful. Every mountain you climb feels like an accomplishment. Every lost connection you restore feels like hope returning. And the story? It's wild, deep, emotional, and honestly, one of the most unique experiences in gaming. Add to that Norman Reedus' incredible performance and Kojima's surreal vision, and you've got a game that sticks with you long after the credits roll. It's not for everyone, but for those who get it, it's unforgettable.
13. Mafia 3 Definitive Edition. Man, Mafia 3 hits different. It's one of those open-world games that isn't about having a million icons on the map. It's about atmosphere, storytelling, and character. You play as Lincoln Clay, a Vietnam vet coming back home only to find betrayal waiting for him. What follows is a gritty, emotional revenge story set in 1960s New Bordeaux, a city dripping with style, soul, and danger. The soundtrack alone makes you feel like you're living through that era. Rock, blues, and funk blasting as you tear through the streets in a classic muscle car. Yeah, the gameplay might be more structured than most open worlds, but that's the charm. It feels intentional. The gunfights have weight, the characters feel real, and the themes of racism, loyalty, and vengeance hit hard. It's a slow burn, but once you're in, you can't stop. It's less about freedom and more about immersion, and Mafia 3 nails that feeling of living inside a story you'll never forget.
Number 14, Hogwarts Legacy. Alright, this one's pure magic, literally. Hogwarts Legacy is the game every Harry Potter fan dreamed of since childhood. Walking through the castle for the first time feels unreal, like stepping into your favorite movie. The detail is insane. Moving staircases, secret passages, classes, magical creatures, it's all here. And it's not just nostalgia, it's genuinely a great open-world RPG. You create your own wizard, choose your house, learn spells, brew potions, and explore a massive world beyond the castle walls. The combat? Surprisingly deep and satisfying. Chaining spells, parrying curses, and pulling off combos feels amazing. But what I love most is the freedom. You can explore forbidden forests, ride your broom across the open skies, or just hang out at Hogsmeade buying butterbeer. It's cozy, it's exciting, it's Hogwarts. And the world feels alive, full of small stories and mysteries that make you want to explore every inch. Whether you're a fan of the books or not, this one's pure adventure. 15. Assassin's Creed Shadows. When I tell you I've been waiting years for Assassin's Creed to go to feudal Japan, I'm not exaggerating. Assassin's Creed Shadows finally delivers that fantasy, and it's everything I hoped it would be. You get to play as both a shinobi and a samurai, blending stealth and brutal combat in one of the most breathtaking open worlds Ubisoft has ever built. The attention to detail is ridiculous. Cherry blossoms falling, misty mountains, villages full of life and culture. You can sneak across rooftops, strike from the shadows, or charge into battle like a warrior. It's that duality that makes it special. The gameplay feels modern but grounded, with deeper stealth mechanics, dynamic weather, and a world that reacts to your actions. But what really gets me is how it feels. This is the Assassin's Creed fans have been begging for. Every moment feels cinematic. Every encounter feels like part of your own samurai movie. If you love open worlds with atmosphere and purpose, Shadows is your next obsession. 16. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is, honestly, it's a dream come true. It's not just a remake, it's a reimagining that somehow respects the original while creating something completely new. The open world sections are massive, alive, and filled with secrets that make exploring pure joy. The visuals are stunning. Every area feels handcrafted with love and nostalgia. But it's the characters that make it so special. Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, they feel real. The chemistry between them is stronger than ever, and the dialogue feels natural and heartfelt. Combat is fluid and explosive, mixing real-time action with strategic depth. And the soundtrack? Goosebumps, constantly. What I love most, though, is how emotional it all is. It's not just about fighting monsters, it's about friendship, loss, destiny, and hope. It's a game that makes you laugh, cry, and sit in silence after the credits, just taking it all in. For fans and newcomers alike, this is an experience you won't forget. Number 17, Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay, let's be honest. Even after all these years, GTA 5 still hits harder than most modern games. There's just something timeless about Los Santos. That mix of chaos, comedy, and pure freedom. One minute you're cruising down Vinewood Boulevard, the next you're base jumping off Mount Chiliad while 5-star cops are chasing you. It's insane, it's ridiculous, and it's so much fun. What keeps it alive after a decade isn't just the open world, it's how alive that world feels. Every corner has personality, random NPCs, crazy dialogue, little details that make it feel like a living, breathing city. And those three protagonists, Michael, Franklin, Trevor, absolute legends. Their stories intertwine perfectly, giving the game the cinematic rhythm that's still unmatched. Yeah, we're all waiting for GTA 6, but this one, it's the standard. Whether you're replaying for nostalgia or jumping in for the first time, GTA 5 reminds you why Rockstar is in a league of its own. This is the kind of game that defines a generation. 18, Watch Dogs Legion. Now, Watch Dogs Legion didn't just try something new, it went full-on experimental. A world where anyone can be a hero? That's bold. And somehow, it actually works. Set in a futuristic London ruled by surveillance and corruption, it's up to you to build a resistance from the ground up, literally recruiting anyone you meet on the streets. Old lady hacker? Sure. Street musician? Why not? Every character has their own abilities, voice lines, and backstory, which makes the world feel unpredictably human. The city itself is gorgeous. Rainy nights, neon lights, drones flying above, that gritty cyberpunk vibe everywhere you go. What I love most is that it feels different every time you play. You're not just following a linear hero, you're shaping your own rebellion. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's ambitious in all the right ways. It takes risks, and that's what open world gaming is all about. Freedom, chaos, and a story that feels uniquely yours. And there you have it, 18 open world masterpieces that are actually worth your time and money. Whether you love exploring dystopian cities, riding through wild frontiers, or getting lost in magical worlds, these games prove one thing. When it's done right, open world gaming is pure magic. If you enjoyed this list, don't forget to hit that like button, drop your favorite in the comments, and subscribe to Playverse Gaming, where we play hard and talk real about the games we love.